Roger that.
Wait a minute here. Run that back. All right, 1, 2, and 3. You're going to tell me that you didn't see any of those guys and you just charged in there? All right.
Check those corners.
So the Modern Warfare 2 trailer just released, and you know what that means. Overly hyped speculation and eager yearnings for a modern experience, which, to be fair, I'm very excited for this game. Modern Warfare 2019 was a fantastic game in my opinion, and I normally just make fun of AAA companies because their executives that are making the decisions are narcissistic schemers who want to milk you for money using the various methods of FOMO psychology, while also providing minimal creativity and innovation and focusing more on the monetization than the art of making a video game. But with Modern Warfare, I have a little bit more trust and respect for. They've shown once that they're able to make a good game with loads of content that's still enjoyable to this day. They've proved themselves. So I'm really looking forward to this new title, but since you and I and everyone else have to wait to play this until October, we're all going to need something to occupy our time. And so that's what I'm going to be providing today. What to play until the release of Modern Warfare 2. If this video helps you out at all, a subscribe is the best way to support me. All these games are indie titles and modern shooters, which are my specialty, and unfortunately, only one is currently available on consoles. I'm not going to include Modern Warfare 2019 here because that's sort of a given, but the game is still alive and you can re-download that, and Warzone as well. Also keep in mind, as indie shooters, most of these are in early access. That's just kind of how the indie genre rolls, so expect all these games to improve over time. Alright, on to the list here. Let's start with this one since it's both PC and console available, Insurgency Sandstorm. Sandstorm is what you would get if you turned Call of Duty Hardcore mode on, ramped up the gore and dismemberment, and slowed down your players' movements by about 50%. The game can be brutal. We're talking about 1 to 3 bullets here and you're a goner. On top of that, you've got slow reloads, brutal explosions, and shotguns that will make you cry for your mother. The game is primarily an objective-based hardcore shooter, but still has some casual aspects to it. As far as the general feel of the game, I'd say it's a good middle ground between milsim and very casual games. You've got a decent amount of customization here when it comes to both weapons and cosmetics, you've got tons of amazing looking weapon models, you've got a good looking environment, and if you pick the game up, you'll soon realize that you've got recoil that you're going to have to really crank down on that stick on. It's pretty wild, but once you get used to it, it's a fantastic gunplay experience. The game is $30 if you want to grab it on PC and $40 if you want to pick it up on consoles. With that one out of the way, the next on the list is World War III. This was once labeled the Battlefield Killer, and I guess it probably should have been. But the game, unfortunately, console gamers, is only for PC. But the good part about it is that it's free, or it's going to be free here pretty soon. At the current writing of this script, the game is in closed beta, where you can access it for $15, but the open beta is set to begin very, very soon, and then from there on out, it's completely free. The game used to resemble more of a Battlefield game, but now I would say it's more comparable to Call of Duty Ground War. You've got a lot of features from Call of Duty when it comes to the movements, such as sliding and tactical sprint, but you've also got hardcore mechanics, such as a lower time to kill and friendly fire. The biggest draw to this game, other than being free to play, is the customization. You've got loads of customization options and weapon skins, and loads of character customization as well. It's got a pretty cool armor system to where the armor only covers your stomach, so getting shot outside of that armor is going to hurt a little bit more, and you've also got different armor levels. But this is probably the most similar to what Modern Warfare 2 will feel like, but it's likely Modern Warfare will have slightly lower recoil and a little bit higher time to kill, and obviously better graphics. But again, this game is going to be free to play, so it may hold you over for a little while. Next on the list, we've got Crows, another completely free to play game that recently released on Steam on PC in early access. This game has a couple different game modes here, an objective capture and hold style of game mode, and then it's got an extraction style game mode where you mine this element from the ground called QAnon and then extract from a helicopter. The game has a decent amount of customization, it's fairly simple, but it can be satisfying, and it's got a decent amount of weapons as well. You can also customize your operator with loads of different cosmetics. When it comes to the movements, they're very quick in the game. Inertia is very minimal here, so if you like games where you AD quickly in every single gunfight, you'll probably enjoy this. The game has got a pretty high time to kill, and also right now it's either third person or first person. There's no way at the moment to choose only first person or only third person, so that's definitely a downside in my opinion. But again, the game is free, so feel free to snatch it up and try it out. Since it just released in early access, expect a few bugs here and there, as well as expanding content and refinement along the way. The next one we've got here is probably the most unique one on the list, POLYGON, another free-to-play game with modern weapons that looks a little bit different. While you may be thrown off a little bit by the art style, you'll likely find the experience a lot more satisfying than what you thought. The game is in early access and has been for some time now, but it's getting more content little by little. It's a very small development team, and by that I mean, I believe it's just one person if my memory serves me correctly, but it's still a pretty quality experience. It's got a few different maps to play on, including a very Metro-style experience from the Battlefield series, and it's also got a little bit of a customization system. Not a whole lot, it's not completely fleshed out, but it's still there. The time to kill, I would say, is probably on par with what Modern Warfare would be, and the movement systems are pretty basic, no fancy slides or anything like that, but it does have a lead mechanic. It's a fairly bare-bones experience, but again, it's free and it's fun, and it's very easy to run. And personally, I kinda dig the art style. Unfortunately, this is still only on PC on Steam, but it's something to pass the time if you've got a PC, for sure. And then last on the list, but certainly not least, is a primarily solo experience, but can have some PvP occasionally. This is Ground Branch. I'm mostly putting this one on there because of the modern tactical Barbie and modern weapon customization, but this one is the most expensive on the list with $40 on Steam. Again, it's in early access as well. The game offers a lot of different modern weapons, and the primary goal of the game is to be a highly realistic and immersive experience. They've got a little ways to go on this front, but with each update comes a whole lot of new and enjoyable features. The game has got some hardcore ballistics. It takes about 1 to 2 bullets to hit you to be dead, and then the same goes for the bad guys. This is also dependent on what caliber of ammo you use. If you can get your buddies to play with you, it's a really fun co-op experience. And then if you've got enough friends, you can corral them for a PvP experience, which is also a lot of fun. It's just not super intuitive when it comes to the PvP modes, but currently they're focused on the experience and how the game plays, so most of the updates are focused on that. But we'll see what sort of updates they can bring in the future to improve that experience. But certainly, this is one of my favorite games to solo run, and they've got mods now, with more mods support coming in. So it's always a good way to provide unlimited content for your game. Alright, there you have it. There are some games to hold you over until Modern Warfare 2. I would bet if you go through them one by one and try them out, it'll be October before you know it, and then you'll be happy as a lark until you realize that in life you're always going to be wanting more and more and more, and the grass is always greener on the other side, and you'll never fully be satisfied with any product that you purchase. But it's human nature. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this video helpful. All these games will be linked down below. Enjoy your gaming experience, gamers. Until the next one, be bold, be courageous, stay tactical.